All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol SPX based off of the S&P 500 index, and we're going to talk about how the stock market is not crashing and why it's not crashing. So the first thing I want to point out is I've been taking notes over time on how the stock market was going to behave. This is from all the previous videos. If you guys been following, you guys have seen. And if we go all the way out, obviously zoomed out, the stock market crash was here, and over time it is rising. And what's going on is that every time it's rising to new highs to the point that the S&P 500 has hit all-time highs that it's never seen before. So, um, based off of how this has happened, for those of you that are first-time viewers and investors, I want to say welcome. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. And I hope that this video is informative and helpful to you and it means you well. To all my subscribers that are just for the first time coming across this, I'd encourage you to check out the previous videos so you can understand how this buildup has happened and what I point out. But basically, the Federal Reserve has been pumping the market, and you could see it based off of the dates. And I had done a recent video stating the next day of the pump, when it was, and so forth. And the last pump that we just had was on the 25th. So if you go ahead and look, I had stated that the stocks would probably rise and dip on Monday. If they dipped down here, it would balance it back out and go up or go more down. Now, basically, that's how I left it off and that's how I ended the video. But before this diagram, if you see in the previous video, which I highly encourage and I'm going to put towards the end of this video so you guys can see the effects, how it led from here to here, you can clearly see that I also talk about how this could be shooting up in this direction and continue its momentum. And that's exactly what happened. It jumped, the anticipation on Monday and the excitement, and then from here to here is where we got our jump on the 25th. And on the 25th, towards the end of the day, it just kept on rising. And then the 26th, it just took off from there. And it just kept going all the way to the 27th. And then here we are leveling off, hanging out. But still, if you think about it, the last pump was anticipated and it was here. And the buildup was here from Friday to Monday. Monday leveled it off, and then it jumped up, and the anticipation just continued. If you think just for a second how the graph looks, the days before the pump is at a lower point, and after the pump, it's just at a higher point. So the question is, what's going to happen for Monday? So I want to go ahead and remove all of these so that you guys don't get confused with these lines. But again, I always like to show those diagrams, and I'm about to do that as well for the upcoming week. And I want to show you guys proof of the dates of the pump, and I'm just here to announce and inform you guys and update you guys when these pumps are. So basically, the point of these videos is to allow you guys to have an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize your losses a lot better due to the fact that you're being backed up by the Federal Reserve. So the last pump was on the 25th, and before the 25th, it was on the 18th. And here we are for September 1st, which is this Tuesday coming up, right? The next pump is going to be in the morning from 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. And sometimes you do see the pumps reflect early in the morning, or sometimes it builds up throughout the day, just depending. And the point of this is whatever S&P 500 company you choose, you need to choose wisely. I'd highly recommend choosing one that you could see that it slightly rose on the 18th, on the 25th, and obviously we're going to see what happens now September 1st. But if it did it on the 25th and it did it on the 18th, most likely it will happen on the 1st or some days in between. Now, if you guys don't feel comfortable just yet investing due to the fact that there's a pump. Just pay attention to the behavior of the stocks that you choose. But I would only choose American companies and S&P 500 companies that are blue chip stocks and well founded and have high volumes, right? That a lot of people are interested in, because those are the ones that are riding this wave with it. And it certainly has made an impact. And if you go back to here, I was showing, you can see in that circled point where the 18th it rose. This was the 17th. It rose in the morning. It quickly dipped and it hit lows of 3,369 and it hit highs of 3,395. So it went up by $30, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot. That's 30 points in the S&P 500, but in a stock that can be $1 to $3 in rising, depending on which stock it is. Because overall, this is 500 different companies, which are the Fortune 500s, and individual stocks do rise. So depending on how many shares you bought, each share going up, that's really good. And then the cool thing about always seeing after the pump, it slightly dips, and then right where that left off, it takes you to another one, and here's the next pump, and you're at another point. From here to here, that's a rising point, and then from here to here, that's a rising point, and the next one is going to rise again. That's the whole purpose of these pumps. So basically, either it can continue on Monday and then Tuesday spike up, right? Or it could be just like the previous diagram, that it slightly dips on Monday, it levels off, and Tuesday rises back up in this direction. It could either rise in the direction to surpass where it was off, right? And go to newer highs, or it can level off and break even. That's what usually these pumps are there and intended to do. But if the momentum of the market and investors are attracted and excited to invest, the market does move fairly nicely in an upward direction. But another thing too, as long as you know that these pumps are scheduled, we have about one more schedule, I think, or two more. So in the next 2 weeks, you have an opportunity that this can continue to rise because the Fed is pumping it up. So regardless, I've noticed that after every single pump, they just continue to end up at new highs and newer points that are higher than previously. So this is a great opportunity to maximize profits, whether it's going to be an options trade or you're going to trade a particular stock, or you want to buy a stock and hold it through and then sell it. That's up to you, but it's just very interesting. We're going to have to see how Monday plays out, whether Monday brings this up to newer highs, right? Or in that direction, if it brings it up to newer highs, or if it starts to bring it down to a point where, you know, stock is starting to come down, and then it'll have to rise from there and level off in an upward direction. Or will it just do what it does best, bring it up to newer highs and continue this run? So Monday lets you know the anticipation of investors, or how attracted they are to investing and being part of putting in their money back into the market. And then Tuesday, usually you could see the pump rise, and most stocks go up between 30 cents to $2, $3 even, I've seen. So that's something to keep in mind. Just be mindful of the blue chip stock, American stock, or Fortune 500, anything in the S&P 500. Just be mindful of which one you're choosing and if it's been benefiting. So the best way to track it from the last couple of pumps within the last month or weeks is the 18th and the 25th. See how the stock behaved those 2 days. Did it slightly go up? Did it fall? And you can have a slight idea of how it's going to react for September 1st. Now, if you don't feel encouraged just yet to invest, well, I highly recommend watching the behavior, because since these pumps have been happening, every single play that I do, I've made some decent gains without even thinking so hard or having to do some major analysis or, you know, double checking if the company is really going to give me gains. It's almost like guaranteed gains. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy or sell or hold, or I'm guaranteeing you money because of these pumps, but what I am showing you is why this graph just continues to go up. It always ends up at a newer point in an upward direction. And it might go up and down. That's normal. That's how the market plays itself out, and that's how it runs. But every single time from the last pump, we were here, right? On the 18th. That's the first one. And then the next one, we were here. This is the 24th. And here we are on our way to September 1st. Now, yes, on Monday, this can slightly dip. And then probably the first on Tuesday, it's going to level it off. Or it could do what exactly it did on the 24th to the 25th. And from the 21st and so forth, that it actually rose a little bit, leveled off, and then you could see the effects of the pump raising the S&P 500 between 20 to 40 points. So keep an eye on that. I'm just here to give you guys the insight. A lot of investors are overlooking this, and this is our opportunity to make money, especially when the Fed is backing us up with billions of dollars. So check it out. Hope you guys learned something new and found this video helpful and informative. Hope it means you well and that it works in your guys' favor. Thank you guys so much for watching. Share this with your friends and community so they can receive this insight. All right, I can't emphasize that enough. The more investors know about this, the more investors we have equipped and ready to invest and put more money into the market. The more money in the market, the more money we can make. So definitely let others receive this insight. Hit the like button and let me know you watch this video. And let's make some money.